She took his hand and she led him along that golden beach. Higher and higher and higher they climbed.
Never fight unless you're sure you can win.
They watched the waves tumble over the sand.
All right. 4 strands of rope.
She had all of the skin.
I get kicked out of La Quinta forever.
What do we do with poop?
What is freedom? Are we truly free?
What in the world?
In those Hollywood nights, in those Hollywood hills, she was looking so right in her diamonds and frills.
My son. I'll have to immediately bleep his name out. God damn it. Was watching Aladdin. Yeah, let's start again.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Hey!
Yo, losers!
What's up?
This time we'll do it without saying Zach's son's name
None of that weird
immediately.
Aladdin stuff.
Yeah.
Although,
Yeah.
Aladdin,
Sometimes you got to redo.
That's right. Hot
right.
take, Aladdin does rule. So,
Yeah, it's a good take.
it's one of the best ones.
Give him the intro, dude.
All right, fine. That's Cole Watson.
Yep.
This is Zach Howard. I'm TJ Nickerson. And Chris Moody is flying an airplane across the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, with undisclosed cargo. He's essentially doing... You see that American Made movie with Tom Cruise?
We've already said too much.
Yeah. Well, okay. But it's like a Pokemon card thing.
It's yeah,
he's flying.
Instead of drugs.
The cargo is Pokemon
it's
cards.
rare Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
So just
You know
don't
what?
worry about
Just
it.
tell them all of it.
Look,
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
you guys are familiar with BlackRock, right? So Chris, I don't want to blow a spot up, but it is loosely connected to BlackRock, and this is like a private equities thing.
Yeah.
So it's sort of a super PAC,
Right.
NGO.
They're moving
thing.
serious
And they move
trading
cards.
card weight.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Europeans love Pokemon cards, and we're trying to collapse their economy.
Well, we have to.
And
Because
BlackRock,
of the
if you're out
tariffs.
there,
I think, yeah.
BlackRock, I don't know anything about it. Just do not
Help.
make me kill myself.
If you're
Please
out there,
don't.
BlackRock, help.
Yeah, I really would like. If I'm going to kill myself, I'd like it to be my choice. I would like BlackRock not to do it for me.
Yep.
Do you guys think BlackRock is going to come and kill you?
It would be such a waste of utilities to
Their time.
in time.
That's
'cause
true. Time is money.
Yeah.
For a company like BlackRock.
They're not going to have to send anybody to kill you. They could just wait.
Yeah, they
Just
could.
wait 10 years.
Yeah.
He'll probably be
Hey, while we're crossing people off the checklist, hey, YouTube, what the fuck are you guys doing? The new
a great
update sucks.
question.
So not only did it throttle what I thought was one of our most fun episodes we'd ever had, and I say that as humbly as possible.
Humbly.
But also, every time I open the fucking app to use as a user, it takes 40 minutes to load a video when I have full service. So whatever you guys did,
It ruined
sucks.
Mine does this thing now whenever I open the app where it immediately just plays whatever the first suggested video is.
Ugh.
And then I have to be like, no, I don't want to watch this.
Right.
Trisha Paytas video that my wife was watching.
Oh, I was like, who the fuck is that?
YouTube,
You don't
you're
know
doing
about
great.
Trisha Paytas?
I have no complaints. I don't. You're just doing your best, and I really appreciate what you're doing
Yeah.
for us fine folk.
I don't.
It would
I
rule
don't
if
know.
it was just a hard edit and Cole had a YouTube t-shirt. Like, wait, what?
Yeah, just instead of Go Sports, it says Go YouTube.
Go
You don't know.
Go.
You don't know who Trisha Paytas is?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
You do though. Okay, it makes a girlfriend thing or a wife thing. I don't know that I would regularly.
Well, I
have
used to
known who
watch
this lady was.
Ethan's
Oh
podcast.
yeah, Frenemies or whatever. That was fun.
H2 or whatever. What was it?
H3.
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 Yeah.
Boy, there's a guy, man.
Vape Nation.
I've always wanted to do this, man. Ethan, if you're out there, reach out, man. Let's talk, dude. What's going on, dude? That guy has lost his mind, dude.
Is he not doing well?
He's just a crazy person now. He looks crazy. Every time I check in on his podcast, he seems crazy. And I liked that podcast for a while, like a decade ago.
Yeah.
So
Wait,
I feel like I'm talking about something nobody knows anything about, so you guys are just like,
Nice.
Oh, well, that's pretty normal for you, though.
Who's Trisha Paytas?
I just
She's just
actually
a
am
lady.
a part of this. Yeah, she's just a personality.
She's a
She made a
internet
whole
lady.
YouTube out of being a lady.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how she came up. I think she might have been a stripper or
I thought she was on Disney.
she may have been like a reality TV star
What's the
or
difference?
something. And then she just sort of like, I don't even really know how to explain it. She's just sort of like train wrecked her way into like internet fame. She sort of like spazzes and cries and freaks out and is obviously very, very dumb.
Sounds awesome.
It's pretty weird. She had this podcast with Ethan Klein. You don't know that guy?
I don't think so.
H3, the Vape Nation guy?
I don't think so.
Wow. Okay.
It's a classic.
And it lasted all of like 11 episodes before the two of them just could, like, it was
They just couldn't do it.
irreconcilable. Like, they just couldn't move forward. She was like married to his brother-in-law. And like they like cut them out of the whole fucking thing, like their whole like they broke families apart over some nonsense. Like over, I think he said something like, "I wouldn't sleep with you," and she was just like, "What?"
Okay.
And then it just ruined everything, I guess.
That sounds awesome.
I don't know. And then Ethan picked up doing that podcast with the Hassan Piker.
Yeah.
Hassan Piker.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Is that
That's the guy from
Cenk Uger's
Chank's,
nephew or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
That guy sucks, and I mean, he could probably beat me up, but I'd like to fight him.
I'll give it my old college
I'd give it my
try.
best.
Give it the best I got. Okay.
Did you check my Instagram
Nah, I
story? Now
didn't.
would be a great time to check
Oh,
my
okay.
Instagram story.
Here we go.
Oh, totally
Real
not
time
planned.
checking it.
Oh damn! It's sad to know that it's not the first thing that comes
We're
up when Cole
both
opens his
checking
phone.
it. Yeah, well, you
Oh,
don't.
I have seen it. That's why it's not there.
Hold on now. Maybe I did too.
Oh damn! You guys looked at it and didn't even care.
Probably.
That's crazy.
Well, sometimes I can't make myself care about things that I don't care about.
What is
That's
this?
Rickon from Severance, dude.
Yeah.
I was watching Severance last night, and I was like, for those who don't know, Rickon is like he's a side character. He's married to Adam Scott's sister.
Cool.
So it's his brother-in-law, and he's like a gay, super spiritual. Like the introduction to his character is at a book reading for his book.
Incredible.
Like at his house, where he's just waxing on about how beautiful his book is. And I was watching last night, and I was like, oh no, I have Rickon's haircut.
That's fun.
I was like, what am I supposed to do with this? And then I made
Let the
that
world know, I
picture,
guess.
And then you make the picture.
And I made that picture, and I thought it was funny to set it to Saturday in the Park by Chicago.
Yeah, of course.
So,
I just haven't seen that movie, so I don't really.
wow. You guys are real fun this afternoon.
Hey, man.
huh?
Whoa, dude.
You're just talking about
Oh,
stuff.
hey, I've been watching this show that everybody and their fucking wives is watching. Who cares? Fuck Severance, dude.
Well, I didn't want to talk about the show. I wanted to talk about the funny thing I did, but you guys seem to.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what to do with your haircut.
I don't
Just
know either.
lean into being Rickons.
I can't.
Just
Write a
do
book.
it
I can't.
Write
Okay,
a gay
then
spiritual
get-
book.
to a point to where your hair doesn't look like it.
I don't know what I'm
Yeah,
going to
shave
do with
your
my hair. I
head.
think I might shave my head. That's probably
That'd be
the-
crazy. That'd be nuts.
All right.
Have y'all been seeing this thing lately where I've been seeing it all over YouTube where Shane Gillis is a CIA plant?
I saw Warmo talking about it
Yeah.
on
I thought that was
warm
very
ones.
funny.
Is that what Homeboys podcast is called, where they drink warm beers
Yeah.
instead of hot ones?
Nice.
That's our boy Izzy Griffin, the guy who was trying to blow up Theo's spot.
Right.
Did we talk about that on the podcast?
I think so.
think so.
Early
Yeah,
days.
there's a guy who I think, unfortunately, just did too many drugs and maybe has veered too close to the sun.
Poor Icarus.
could-
He seems to be. Everybody is a CIA plant, and so his argument is pretty shitty. It's stuff like Matt. His family worked for the DuPonts, and the DuPonts
Yeah.
are obviously very, very powerful family.
That makes sense why the Eagles won the Super
Shane's
Bowl.
uncle, I believe, was high-ranking in the military, which is, I think, why Shane decided to join the military in the first place.
Right.
but it's all pretty thin stuff. It's the same with
it's
the
like-
stuff with Theo, where it's like, yeah, I mean, he did change his name and he was on TV, but I mean, I was listening to, he had a podcast like in 2015, allegedly, Theo did, and he was like damn near homeless.
Right.
It's like, what kind of CIA plan? He's sleeping at the ball pit at McDonald's.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do, dude.
It's a
Make the
very
story
loose
believable.
Yeah.
justification,
Yeah.
but it did crack me up because it's just like, yeah,
It is weird that he is the most. I saw pictures from whatever they were doing in Canada, I guess.
Yeah.
And I was like, God damn, some like hockey arena with like 40,000
Wild.
people in it. I was like, this is crazy. Like, it's crazy that he's not even done anything. You know, like, you really think about it. He released one special on YouTube, one special on Netflix. The TV show, I think, has been marginally popular.
it was it crushed.
It may have done well, but I don't think it did like
What just happened overnight?
like
It seemed.
you know,
not cut-
Game of Thrones.
It's not
well.
cutting White Lotus.
Yeah,
numbers.
I'm just. There is something
Sure.
interesting about like he's very, very, very popular,
Right.
and you know, obviously he's fucking hilarious. But like when we went and saw him,
Oh yeah.
you know, it's a great. I thought he was great. I
But
thought he was very funny.
the time we saw him before, it was like at center stage.
yeah. I was like, but yeah, I saw this guy 2 years ago, and there were like 400 people here,
Yeah.
and nothing really happened.
No-
he
yeah.
was on SNL.
He didn't change
Yeah.
anything. He just kept doing the thing.
Yeah, he just kept on doing him, and it worked.
Yeah, I did love at the
Well,
end.
no, the CIA. That's
Well,
what I'm saying.
Oh.
The CIA
That's what
propped
makes
him
it
up and
interesting.
made him super famous.
But yeah, he's just doing him.
And then at the end
CIA
of that,
work.
that like war mode talking to, well, I can't remember his name, comedian. He's like, yeah, and it's funny to think that the CIA did all this just to make white guys cool again.
That's what I've
that
been
was
saying.
that was very funny.
I was throwing that around to TJ. I was like, what if there's a cool sect of the CIA that just wants to make everything cool again? You know?
A rogue among the rogues.
That's right, dude.
Yeah, who knows?
Some people who, if they had been there in the 60s, would have been like, no, maybe don't kill JFK.
Yeah.
You know?
Or
But
maybe-
I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I doubt it. I think he's just popular because people are pretty tired of pussy white guys who don't let you say bad words.
That's true.
Yeah.
Or like, yeah, guys that become so clearly trying to like schmooze their way through a weird door into getting pussy.
Yeah,
Just
the
like-
feminism for pussy idea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's such a
crazy.
odd.
Well, and I think he's relatively apolitical guy who,
He makes fun of both
you
sides
know,
equally.
Yeah,
Sure.
that is, but
And that's
isn't
what- that should-
afraid to make fun of the sort of like holier than thou-ness of both
Of all of it,
Yeah.
sides.
It is.
God, we moved
Simple
right
stuff.
off of bad stories to dick riding, dude. This might be the worst 12 minutes in podcast history, dude.
Oh, my
Jesus
God.
fucking Christ. What have you guys been up to?
Don't.
What have I been doing, dude? Just like hanging out, bro.
Long, awkward.
Oh my! I just like I don't know if I want to say what I've been doing.
Cole's been being nasty.
No,
Cole's
that's
been a
not true.
nasty
That's not
boy.
true. I have. I took an Adderall on Friday, and
Just like every other day.
no, not just like every
He
other
takes
day.
a break on Sundays.
Yeah, I don't take them on Sundays because that's Lord's Day.
Yep, the Sabbath.
And I got stuck on Hinge for a few hours,
Stuck. Help me, stepbrother. I
Yeah.
am stuck.
and I was just writing the most ridiculous shit to people, and
to people or to ladies?
to ladies.
Just like, this was all while at my place of work.
Yeah, I was.
He was sitting at the bar.
He was just sitting up at the
and
bar,
just showing me stuff,
firing
and I was like,
firing
all
shit
right,
up.
that's pretty fun.
Hopefully me and this lady don't match and she sees this later, but this one lady had a prompt. So on these dating apps they have prompts to answer questions. I know you haven't experienced
I don't know
this.
nothing about this.
That's good.
Right.
You like it's awful. I fucking hate it. But her prompt was, dating me is like going through a Chick-fil-A drive-thru. So I thought it would be funny to say fast and easy and ends with my pleasure.
That's a funny thing to say. I don't know that if I were a lady, I would be like, nah.
So what did she say?
But it's so what's the like?
What's the alternative?
What's the alternative to that?
You delete this app from your phone immediately, and you go outside and you find the nearest lady and you say, hey.
Hey, I wasn't at home doing this. I was at a bar doing
That's
this.
what I'm saying. You're at a bar talking to an invisible lady on your phone. Well, I'm sure there were ladies at the bar.
Nah.
Just my
My
Could
friends.
have hit on TJ.
Just our friends.
I like the idea.
Could have gone to another bar.
I like the idea of this lady coming back and being like, "No, I meant like gentle homophobia."
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh.
Well, I do love the idea that Chick-fil-A is homophobic, but there is a homosexual that works at every Chick-fil-A.
The manager at every Chick-fil-A is like,
And
"My pleasure."
I
yeah.
worked at Chick-fil-A. Not that I'm
You're
gay.
yeah.
But let me tell you, not homophobic. There's no,
No,
it's a regular
obviously.
business. Like
For
that's
sure.
what people get so fired up about it.
Well,
It's like
it's like the
I had to watch whole videos about how you can't, call people racial slurs or
sure.
gender-based slurs or homophobic slurs.
Well, it's the same idea that Starbucks hates God because of the happy holiday. It's just like
Christmas or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that maybe that when you watch their videos, they do be like, all right, you have to hate God.
Yeah.
You do have to have armpit hair.
Right.
Yes, you ladies.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Dude, how long did you work at Chick-fil-A?
All through high school, from when I was 13 to when I was 19.
So what do you think this lady meant by she's like a Chick-fil-A drive-through?
Disorganized.
That's not true. It is the most organized drive-through.
Yes.
It's
Well, it is
literally
now.
it's so fast.
Yeah, maybe
Not
now.
when we
It
were in
really
high
is
school,
so
yeah.
easy.
Yeah. Well, I just
And
like...
they say my pleasure at the end of it.
What do I think? I think that I'm gonna tell this lady I want an unsweet tea, and she's gonna give me a sweet tea.
a 10-piece, yeah, and I'll get a sweet tea and a
That's
a
what I
bag full
think.
of Polynesian sauce.
That's what I think.
Well, if I said anything else like that would just be a lie. Like I couldn't be like, "Oh, you're gonna get my fucking order wrong."
Why didn't you just say, "Hey, that's a funny prompt.
Cool prompt.
That's cool prompt. Yeah, cool prompt.
I
slut.
was
Come over here
high
and suck this
on
dick."
Dr. Methamphetamines.
Dr. Meth.
Dr.
Dr.
Meth.
Meth.
It's just like,
You were perked out in the back of the van.
dude, I wish I was perked out. I was trying
Yeah.
to get jerked out, but
I think maybe the problem, the real sickness here is the dating app.
well, it's also
Go meet a girl at church.
okay.
Go meet a good young a good young Christian girl. Meet a
I've
good
tried
young
that.
Christian girl
It-
and make
it-
her your wife. You fucking around and all this child shit, dude.
And then
find a
find
wife.
another.
You too,
And
dickhead.
then
You think you
find-
can escape
You're
this?
acting
You're
like-
39 years old. Find a wife.
Definitely not. Relax. You don't want that.
All of you
Because then
guys
you'll
need to
call me
wife up now.
and try to talk to me
Relax.
about
That's true.
movies, and I'll be like, I have to
I'm
go
sorry,
now.
I have to go. I have to
Yeah.
go to
I
a
have to-
fucking baby shit.
Yeah, I have to go to a birthday party or whatever.
Yeah, fair
I
enough.
just thought it was a funny thing.
It is a funny thing.
It's fun. Well, and
And-
if you got to be on the dating apps,
You gotta
have
make
to
it
have
fun. Yeah,
if somebody's got a stupid ass prompt in their thing, you're like, all right, I'll play along. I'll
Yeah.
see if my plug works in your socket.
I just don't understand. Do you have to be on the dating apps? I mean, listen,
No,
I'm
you
not
don't
a
have
crazy.
to
You
do
don't have
anything.
to. You don't have. No one's holding a gun to my head. I'm
I'm
just,
just
fucking
saying, we
bored.
do stand up. You could just.
I'm not sure Cole's going into it thinking I'm going to find the love of my life on these dating apps. I think he's just like this.
No, of
this will
course
be
not, of course
this will
not.
be a step in like the re-socializing into the wildness.
Yeah,
into
it's
the
like I
wilderness.
I mean, the last time I was on the dating apps was like 2019. So
Wow.
I think I deleted them all.
I usually end up like matching with one or two people that I really enjoy talking to, and then deleting the apps and kind of just see what happens from there.
Yeah, I would find people that I would like talking to, and then they'd say something stupid, and then I'd have to then my Tourette's would be like point out how stupid it is, or I would say something stupid, and then they'd never just stop talking.
Yeah, they don't like it when you you point out typos.
I wasn't hitting typos too often. I don't think.
Oh well,
but-
I was talking to someone and she kept on spelling mainly as manly, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm pretty."
that was Freudian. This
This is why the space between our balls and butthole is getting
it's
smaller.
getting smaller. Well, it's plastics, but
Well, and
I think
dating apps.
One is like a symptom of the other,
It's just
and it's cyclical.
98% of the time, it's fucking dog shit. And then there's the occasional time where you actually meet somebody who's like kind of like on the same wavelength as you. And
Sort
it's
of
like
fun.
cool, but it usually doesn't last. I mean, I did. Never mind. We're not going to disclose that.
Well, I don't
Disclose
know.
that.
I just think I don't know. I don't think about it obviously as a married gentleman.
They
But I
weren't-
do-
they
but I
weren't
do
around.
think I'm like, well, if I was if I was put back into this scenario, how would I meet somebody? It's like, well, I'm out all the time. I'm at places all the time.
Sure.
I would just
I am
would
too.
just strike up a conversation.
But I don't like those women usually.
Like, not with comedians. That's not what I was talking about. Like with a regular person.
With normal.
Well, I'm just saying
Like with
the
a regular,
locations that
I
we're
would
going.
do stand up and then some, be like, that was pretty cool.
I'm not trying to.
It's an easy segue, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. They are dumb, but again, there's an opportunity to make them fun. The dating apps, and I think that.
Well, I'm also trying to use it as like a writing exercise too,
exactly.
like with
It's-
jokes. Like
it's
I'm
sort of
trying to like make jokes
joking
out of
around.
like every prompt that I see. If I'm like even remotely interested.
Plus, you're bound to get a premise or two out of it because some people are nuts. or,
Absolutely.
Or you realize you're nuts, and you're
I think
shit.
I'm
You're the one.
kind of retarded. It's entertaining for the time being. We'll see.
Yeah, it runs its
And there's
course.
definitely no jokes about dating apps. So
That's the only problem, is that it's got to be pretty special. Otherwise, it's definitely.
I don't know. I feel like
Well, that's why I like.
It just feels like this
I
is what
write jokes that are
everybody's doing.
That's
The
that is the
dating.
problem.
That's what I'm saying. You got to get off the dating app. You've got to go
Into the
get on a
woods.
horse.
Get on a horse.
Get on a horse.
Yeah.
Find a horse.
And a lady who's too
Find a
close to that horse.
Go grab a lady and put her on that horse.
No.
Take her to a tall brick building. Take a
Alright.
lady on a horse to a tall brick building.
I like where this is going.
and put a baby in her.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say.
And
Never
then you
mind.
take the sheets outside and you show everybody. Say, look,
this is only the
she
stuff-
didn't
crazy.
bleed. Get her.
Yeah, sure. What?
Golly.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're
Sorry.
talking about,
What's a
but I don't know what the brick tall building had
It's
anything to
just
do
Like
with
a
it.
castle. I don't know.
Just
Just like a
I
tall.
hear you. I thought you were gonna say take her up to the top and push her off.
Just like a tall, cylindrical.
take her up to the tower
Build a
and
tower.
Yeah, some
and then climb up
obelisk
and down her
mother-
hair all
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
Rapunzel. Yeah, you mixed some stuff together.
Well, it
you mixed
doesn't
like
matter.
old Judaism with castles and stuff.
I have been fired up, dude. I told you on the phone, and you caught a little.
You
of
told
me.
you?
Jew talking to Nathan.
Oh.
But
I told
I've
you.
been listening to Daryl Cooper's podcast,
Martyr Maid.
Martyr Made. Shout out, dude, to our followers who'd like to get radicalized.
I feel like he does a pretty good job of
No, it's actually great.
not radicalized.
It's actually great. The problem is like when you learn more about one thing, but you know less about another thing.
Right.
It starts to make you question the thing that you know less about. So I'm in a position now where a lot of what he's talking about is like what the Jays were up to pre-World War II.
Right.
And I'm like, they were pretty mischievous.
These
you
guys
know?
are doing stuff.
And I just don't. I'm like, I just got to hold until I get to Dub 2, Double Dub,
Right.
Double Dub 2.
Yeah.
And then maybe he'll
All right.
clarify some of the questions I have about,
The balance or
Yeah,
something.
whatever.
Yeah.
you know. But I did learn a lot of things that I just didn't know.
When you say the balance, what are you
Man,
implying?
I
What are you implying?
Well, like if you keep going with history, you'll realize that most groups have gotten up to mischief.
I
there-
see.
But there's enough mischief to do like 8 to 10 hours
Okay.
of interesting
I completely misunderstood what you meant by the balance because we
Yes.
were talking about World War II, and
Right.
then you said the balance.
Yeah,
and it's
sure.
like,
yeah.
well,
The balance in the force.
Yeah. I think it's maybe just more like that. Here's some stuff that I didn't know that has changed.
is this empirical?
Yeah. I think this is like history. It's just stuff I didn't know.
I'm sure there are people who disagree.
I wouldn't say so. I mean,
Martyr Maid has come under fire from people who are like dork historians.
Sure. This I think will be pretty.
Okay,
This should be pretty
I
set
don't-
in stone.
hey,
That Zionism.
say controversial things, dude. Say it.
That Zionism
Yeah.
is something that came about in the late 1800s.
Yeah.
I don't think that's
Maybe even later.
Yeah, I don't think that's debatable.
I think that's
thought
the first
Zionism was akin
essay.
to like radical Islam. That was my like preconceived.
Funny enough, I do think radical Islam is a relatively young
Could very
thing.
well be too, yeah. And but I mean, I just thought it was some sort of like
Just as
super
old
like heavy legalistic interpretation of whatever text, but it's actually more akin to like any other radical thing
It's
that
a
was
political
happening in the early
movement.
19,
Yeah.
in the early 1900s. Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
Have y'all been seeing that? Oh, are you?
Well, and the thing that I'm gonna say is that a lot of those guys were working real fucking hard to get Israel back. Like real hard.
Which they hadn't.
Like talking to presidents and czars
World
and
leaders,
stuff,
yeah.
trying to occupy the territory that was Palestine
Right.
for 800, 900 years.
Sure.
At least.
And they were like working real hard to do that, and they do have it now. So
Yeah.
and I mean.
They figured out going the diplomacy route.
I
was
think the truth
way.
is like what happened is that they put enough pressure on this topic, and then when World War II happened and the concentration camps happened and the Holocaust happened, there was just so much sympathy for the Jews that we were like, fuck it, give it to them.
There's something else that people point to too, and I can't remember if it was like a powerful, if it was like a, because they did have like a, what is it called? I don't want to get.
I love the Jews. I might
Of
be
course.
Jewish.
I don't want to get it confused because I
don't have any.
think the Council of the Elders of Zion, I think, is maybe a conspiracy thing.
Yeah.
But there was like all of these important political movers and shakers who were like people who had written these essays and like made points about why and all this stuff.
Go check it out. I mean,
It's interesting stuff.
if you're out there and you're listening, Martyr Made is a cool. If you like history podcasts, if you like Dan Carlin and you like a guy who's sort of like kind of talking you through history with some sort of essay stuff built into it, it's pretty cool. The episodes are long and
as
it's the
shit,
first
boy.
time in a while where I've stuck with something. Like I can't wait to be done with this to go back and listen to it. I mean, he starts episode 1 with this story where he's like, all right, I want you to close your eyes, and it puts you in this situation of a Jew in the early 1900s who's just like minding his own business at home with his family asleep, and then people like drag his family out in the street and like rape and kill his family. And you're just like, okay, I cried. I was like weeping. I was like, this is crazy, And so he builds you all this sympathy towards the Jews, and then he's like, oh, look, the whole podcast is like, I want you to ask yourself this question: what would you do?
No.
Like, what would you have done if for thousands of years people were fucking you and your people up? It's a heavy podcast. I hate to get heavy on our podcast, but
dog.
it's been cool. It's been fun. It's informational. It's relevant. I think it's like 10 years old.
Sure.
But it's really relevant, obviously, given what's going on.
Well, let's lighten it up. Have you guys been seeing that Terrence Howard has been making his rounds again?
I can't. Yeah, I have seen a couple of videos of him out doing
Yeah,
stuff.
he's out making his rounds again, talking shit. Is it Eric Weinstein? Who was he on the podcast with, Joe?
Yeah,
Was it Eric? Pretty much just saying, yeah, he might have his degrees and his papers, saying that he knows this stuff, but guess what? He doesn't.
Ooh,
I know this stuff.
Shit, son.
Dang, dude.
And it never bothered me before, but seeing
But now that Trump's president,
yeah.
Now that we're back,
I won't stand.
Well,
for
now that it's just like back on my shit again, it's like, dude, someone needs to. This is like
it already happened though. I mean, Eric did kind of. I mean, if you watch that podcast, he does
it was embarrassing.
very
I felt
skillfully
second.
sort of be like, "Hey, man, that's not really how math and science work."
right?
And you might be onto some like decent ideas.
I couldn't finish the episode because I had such bad secondhand embarrassment for the dude. Now I'm definitely gonna go back and finish
It's
it
just
because like he's psycho.
It's hubris.
It's a little bit of
This is what
hubris.
happens when you surround yourself with people who don't tell you, like, "Hey, man, that is crazy." You can't do that.
You gotta
can't say that.
have friends that tells you, hey man,
Take it easy.
take it easy.
Yeah, he's God bless him. He was in the original Iron Man. You love to see that.
He was in Fighting with Channing Tatum.
He was in
where
Fighting
he
with
plays
Channing
like sort
Tatum.
of
He's kind of got a
retarded
lisp
guy?
in that
Yeah,
movie. He's got kind of a weird, for no reason. They don't address it.
It's a choice.
He just showed up, I bet, and was like, what if this character was a little retarded? And they were like, please don't do that.
I imagine he met somebody on the streets of New York who was exactly the inspiration for that
That's my
character, and
guy.
he was like,
That's my guy. Yeah, Terrence Howard is not well. He's one of the unwell.
well, look,
Yeah.
just to counter, I
There's-
like it.
I mean, it's fun.
I like that there's somebody out there, and Eric Weinstein is also this guy who's sort of bucking, whatever popular things are going on in physics, and has famously been like, we're spending too much time on this, and this is getting us nowhere, and all this bullshit, and all whatever. So it's like, you obviously have to have people who are like, no, what about this? Here's a weird idea. And then it's like,
Sure.
well, you're not, like, I'm not concerned with Terrence Howard because I don't think he's going to build a bomb accidentally. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he's got that unlocked. But if he's just like, yeah, sometimes big planets give birth to a new planet because of geometry and shit, it's like, all right, that's fun. That's mostly fun stuff.
Yeah, and then he gets in his Iron Man 1 suit and flies away.
Nice. Speaking of new ideas, have you seen this thing where they're considering Alzheimer's being like a type 3 diabetes?
I said this on stage.
That's
When?
That was like when Alzheimer's, I think, first sort of was categorized. That's what it used to be called.
Oh, really?
And it's recently been back because it's like, I mean, obviously you can get into conspiracy pretty heavy here, but it seems like big food and all of the processed sugars, which give you diabetes, also can make their way to your brain and give you head diabetes and make it hard for you to think and remember and do things.
Dude, I feel pretty retarded after I eat McDonald's, so I believe
That's what I'm
that.
saying, dude. It's like
It's poison.
You're putting
dude.
sugar in your gas tank.
Yeah. It's
Which sucks because delicious.
Yeah.
I had McDonald's this morning. Whew.
Dang, dude.
It is weird. I
The
mean,
bagel.
ooh,
The
McBagle.
The McGee's. Sorry. We were on.
The steak, egg, and cheese
The
bagel.
McBagle bird.
The McBagel?
McJewish
McBagel,
breakfast.
Yeah, I'll take the McJewish meal.
Yeah, give me the Jewy meal.
Yeah.
Scalding hot coffee.
There's nothing better than being like, look, love the Jews.
Lawsuit worthy coffee.
30 seconds later, just being like, you got to make a Jew happy meal then?
That was perfect.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. You're back. Anti-Semitism is back. If you were an anti-Semite, you
The
are
funny thing is to go to McDonald's, though, and be like, I'm going to get the bagel.
It is a
You
wild
could go
move.
to Einstein Brothers and have like a perfectly
go
reasonable...
anywhere.
Not a,
All right. Well, let me tell you. So
not a
I
spectacular
went
bagel.
to the doctor's office this morning to have a little checkup. Everything's great. I was told I was the healthiest person that they've seen in a while.
How's your cock?
They didn't touch my cock.
Oh, they didn't give it a tune-up. They
No,
didn't take a look under the hood.
No maintenance done there.
They could tell it was soft.
But I wanted to go get a burrito at this gas station because it's like one of those gas stations that has a Mexican
It's like
restaurant
a
inside.
legit, yeah.
So I go out of my way to get to this burrito.
Where's this gas station?
It is next to the library,
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. The one on the other side or the one
the green
directly
one.
across from
This
it?
is all in Cumming, Georgia?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Right outside of the square.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I drive all the way around instead of going home from where I was. I was like, I'm going to get this burrito. It's going to be so good. I pulled up. I walked in. No one's there making burritos. It's nothing. And I was starving because I didn't eat beforehand because I was like, I should
damn.
be in and out.
Ice got him.
And then it
Dang.
took them like fucking 45 minutes to even get me into the office. And I was like, this is ridiculous. So I was starving. And then I was like, fuck it. I'm going to McDonald's. It's going to be the only path on the way home. And I was sitting in the drive-thru and I was like, I don't want a fucking biscuit. I don't want their little burritos. I want something satiating and something that I haven't had
Bagel.
before. Not before, but in a long time.
Something my ancestors would be proud of.
Yeah, so I got the number 10.
A 10.
It's a
dude.
shame. I mean, you say you didn't want a biscuit, so I'll give you that. I'll give you the cut on that.
Were you about to say Hardee's?
No.
I do like the McMuffins.
Just
So,
Like a
right
sausage
after,
McMuffin?
if you were to just go
I think
up
the McMuffin was the choice.
to the next road, and then down where the post office is, across the street from the post office is Sonny Mountain Biscuits. Shout them out.
Oh yeah,
That's what they're called.
Is that one place?
I haven't had that place.
Or
And,
is that one of the ladies that left the what was it called, the place or something?
No, the spot.
The spot.
Yep.
Wait, the spot's closed down now, right?
Yeah, R.I.P. Yep.
That's so sad because right before it closed down, it was ranked nationally as one of the best biscuits you could get in America.
Yep.
It's pretty serious biscuits.
Nobody cared. I mean, those ladies are still out there. Their recipe is still floating around. You can still bus up on any gas station in Forsyth County and maybe hit the best biscuit in the fucking country.
It's wild.
Well, I just
stuff.
I wasn't really trying to drive around. I had to do some errands. I had to
Sure.
go to the gym. I had to, I got rained out of work, so it was just
Aaron Carter.
Aaron Carter.
yeah, man.
Well,
R.I.P.
I had a pretty weird week. I mean,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Did a hell of a lot of stand
I
up.
did some stand-up this week. Yeah.
Oh, how was the mic after helium?
It was good.
It was fun.
It was fine.
Dynamic Eldorado.
Yeah. I had. I'll be transparent with the audience. Me and the lady ran into a bit of a stumble last week that kind of had us back and forth, and so I don't know. I was out of the house a lot, right? So we were sort of not getting along. So I did stand up basically every day last week, and I'll tell you what, folks. It's hard business doing stand-up every single day. Now I get why people sleep until 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right.
To get up and then be like, all right, I have to go to work. I have to be a regular person now.
Yeah.
Was pretty difficult. But there was some cool things. Like on Tuesday, I went down to Alley.
Did you get on?
Yeah. Just put me right up.
Oh, hell yeah.
It was cool.
Shout out to B.
We rolled down to Dynamic. Yeah, shout out Tommy. We rolled down to Dynamic. They put us right up. Shout out Leah.
Yeah. What up?
And then I
Dude,
missed
that's so great.
I missed the list at Helium, and shout out Shanners. Shanners put me on it.
So I gotta find
The
a
Helium.
spot.
So I feel like I did stand up I think like 7 times last week.
Yeah.
So
That's a nice little grind.
yeah, I'm pretty good now. I might be the best ever now.
Damn.
The kid is sharp, dude. Except he was also like by the end of the week running on like 4 hours
Yeah.
of sleep total for the week.
Yeah, I was hitting some. There were some weird silent car rides with me and TJ, where I just was trying to stay alive.
Where'd y'all go Friday?
I didn't Friday.
Friday,
Yeah, I was
I didn't go out. Friday, I stayed home, and
Yeah, I was with you being
Tried to bury
retarded
the
on
hatchet.
Hinge.
That's right.
Thursday,
You
I
tried
went
Thursday.
I was
down.
unhinged on Hinge.
You were unhinged.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thursday I tried desperately to find stand up. Rolled up to that mic in Duluth, the
Other brewery.
the other brewery, 6B or whatever.
Sure.
And it was I won't say their names, but it was 4 of the worst comedians.
Oh my god.
And that was it. And I was like,
He walked in and walked out.
I'm out.
Dude, Eric Scott crushed the competition on
know.
Thursday.
Dude,
Shout out.
Eric Duval.
Dude.
I can't believe what is this fucking 40 minutes in and we forgot about Eric Scott.
Wow, we didn't forget.
And, and I was getting there because then I rolled back up to Freedom after that because I figured there might be some comp left. Just missed everybody but Eric Scott. And I was like, fucking, who's Eric Scott? And then me and Eric Scott rolled down to the Hee to try and catch the last little bit of the Chappelle Lacey show. Missed it, but then got to kind of talk to Chappelle Lacey for a second.
Oh, that's cool.
Told him that I thought he was the best Chappelle. He thought that was pretty funny.
You liked it. Cool.
But yeah, Eric Scott, man, God, dude,
He crushed. I
Jacksonville's
wish y'all could have seen it. He did
I know.
an outstanding job.
I was trying to get up there, but just couldn't get my kids down fast enough. But
I wonder maybe Rye Guy's got a video.
it would be great, dude. I shout him out, dude. He was one of the. He'll listen to this, so it'll be fine. But early Eric Scott, he was one of those guys where he's like, Eric's a cool guy, might say a racial slur on stage, and he just didn't know him. He just had that kind of energy,
Sure.
And now it's like, nah, he's a fucking killer.
He's a G.
He's better than us.
Fuck.
I mean, what are we doing, dude? Well, how many competitions are we winning collectively? 1. He's won 1 by himself.
I think I
Yeah,
won.
I don't think I've won any I literally just get third or second.
No, I'm
every
pretty sure
fucking-
win
all
one?
3 of us have won one.
Oh yeah, no, you did win. You won.
Oh yeah, I did.
Hey,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. Never mind, dude. Fuck it.
Oh, dude, fuck humility. We're the fucking best. We
Never
fucking,
mind, Eric.
We're
To
the
be fair, the first show I got booked on, I think Ryan decided, like, at the end, he was like, it's a competition.
Oh, yeah,
and then was
sure.
like, you win.
You win it.
You're booked. So I don't know if it was a real competition. Who cares?
Eric sent me a picture
He's ascended, dude.
of the first competition the one that I won, the one in Dahlonega.
Yeah.
The legit comp, and it's a picture of me on stage and Eric sitting in the first row.
Front row.
And I was like, damn, dude, that's a fucking circle of life. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Did you guys hear about that French guy who invented, like, something that you eat that makes your fart smell like chocolate and flowers?
What?
Dude, I
you sure you
need
didn't
that
just get April
so
Fools?
bad. I've been seriously detoxing because I've been eating very well, minus the McDonald's today.
Sure. That's gonna be
consuming
a nightmare, by
a
the way.
lot of protein, and it's been like Nagasaki in my bedroom. It's just like,
You can't be tooting like that, dude.
dude, it's
Be tooting.
otherworldly. Like I'm concerned.
Yeah, I've been hotboxing my car pretty bad with farts. But I mean, could you think of anything more French besides somebody who just pisses you off for almost no reason?
Yeah, I could definitely. Yeah, showing up and not giving a fuck about the shit that we took all this time to do, or fucking caring the language that I speak. Yeah, there's tons of things that are way more for driving shitty, stupid cars.
You should see this guy, by the way. This scientist, this French scientist. He looks insane.
We'll put up a picture.
I think we should probably blow France up.
That
We can't do that.
can't be done. You can't be doing that.
Never mind, dude. I like this guy, dude.
Let me see.
This guy looks like damn Santa.
He rules.
This guy's the
Guy
best.
looks like
That's
dude.
the.
I feel like there was a fun quote too. Yeah, he looks like a Lewis Carroll character. This person in The Verge writes. That's fun.
But that is very French. You're right.
He said the tagline for these things is "May your sweetheart feel your love." He even has a powder for dogs.
This is crazy. It's a very French thing to come up with a solution to something that doesn't need a solution.
Right.
To be like, oh, we finally done it. Oh, what have you done? We've made it to where your eyelashes don't fall out anymore. What? Why?
I would try it.
Yeah,
I would try it.
We should try it. We should get.
Do you guys want to order a couple?
Yeah, let's order some. Drink a ton of beer because beer makes me fart more than
And
anything
then
else.
we'll all human centipede
Well, we don't have to
on
do
our
that.
hands and
We'll
knees
just-
and sniff
well,
each
there
other's
you go.
farts.
Taking it a little too far
We'll just
again. We don't.
fart
You.
while we're
You are
potting.
Taking it too far. I took it to the next logical place.
No,
I don't
human
want to
centipede.
bong rip your farts
No,
just because
dude,
they
I'm-
smell
I'm
like
not-
chocolate, dude.
I just went one step to the next place. Yeah, check that guy out, dude.
What a handsome man.
He looks crazy.
65. His name's Christian Poincheval.
Punchava.
Poincheval.
It's been his life's work, you reckon?
Dude, I hope so. He's just been in the lab,
Just out
formulating, drinking wine,
Formulating.
farting.
If you could come up with,
Flatulating.
Oh, not yet. This still smells like shit.
if you could come up with one thing, dude.
If you could invent one useless
Useless
inventions.
invention, dude.
Well, I've always said if I could have a superpower, it'd be to just point at anyone in their crotch and they'd immediately orgasm.
Whoa.
Because I think that'd be very funny.
Yeah, that's cool. I think it would be cool to make an invention where you you could die
Okay.
and then watch everybody be really sad and see, but then you come back to life and you're like, ha, I got you guys. You didn't cry. I hate you.
The Lazarus machine.
I
Yeah.
know this invention. Yeah, I think
I think it's been done a couple of
I
times.
think Ford was trying to do that.
Really? Henry Ford?
That's a pretty good one, yeah. A Lazarus machine where
Yeah.
you still get to be present
It might be
for your funeral.
the most narcissistic thing I've ever heard, but it would be an interesting experiment just to take notes on how everybody reacted and be like, I've got the tape.
I think it would be great.
Well, it would help with the will.
It's also a cool ass name, the Lazarus machine.
The
It's
Lazarus
best.
machine. They put you in it. Your spirit arises. Then you.
But again, are we,
Well, it would
are we
be
talking
cool to
about cool
experience-
inventions or
Well, it's like you get
useless
to experience
inventions?
the euphoria of leaving your body. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm
So you get
talking
the full
Yeah, you get the full
near-death
DED
experience.
dead like experience.
DEDD dead.
Yeah, the full Kit Kat and
I like
caboodle.
that better. I don't want to sit in the coffin while people are like weeping.
No,
or-
I don't. I want to be
No,
floating
no,
or
no.
around.
sneaking
I wanna
up
see-
at me.
I want to
and
be
being like,
ethereal.
"Fuck
I
you,
want to.
idiot."
I want to go get real close to people.
Yeah, I want to be an ethereal being.
I'm dead, fool.
That could be a ridiculous movie. Anyway, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, maybe for me it'd be like bananas with no sleeves.
Sleeveless bananas. You want raw dogged bananas
Yeah.
in your mouth? You
Just let it
weird ass.
grow without the peel.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Awful.
Just
Along Cole's line, I always thought it would be funny
Fruited
or
pods.
fun if there was something like in Click, where he could fast forward. If there was like, if you could give yourself a task. but
Movies
then
that shouldn't make
fast
me
forward
cry
to the end
as
of
much
it.
as that movie did.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you cry in Click?
That's cool, man. I was making my point. We'll
Go
talk
off.
about Click.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fine.
No, you love movies.
Yeah, but give us a second.
Sorry.
Click is a good movie, and it did make me cry. It's a surprisingly decent.
Wait, so
movie.
your takeaway was that you could fast forward through boring stuff?
I'm just saying, like, if you wanted to learn a skill,
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
sure.
It's just like, all right, for the next 6 weeks, I'm gonna get fit, and then I just take this pill, and then my body just fast forwards until the 6 weeks is
Or-
up, and just autopilots all my tasks.
Or you could Naruto that shit and Shadow Clone Jutsu yourself.
I
And
could Shadow Clone Jutsu myself. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah,
I didn't
obviously
think
you
about
could do
that.
that.
yeah, it's way faster, way
Both.
more efficient.
Both
Or you could take
viable options.
you could take a bunch of ketamine and fully disassociate from
That
your
is true.
task.
I could just ketamine out.
Yeah, I think
You don't get to choose where you go
When you ketamine out?
when you K
Yeah,
out.
that's true.
right. Sure.
You might learn a totally useless skill.
I learned how to count really fast in a K-hole one time.
It's like, goddamn, I've been in this kale for 6 weeks, and all I learned how to do was fucking build a dishwasher,
Cole's on a
install a dishwasher.
in a comfy chair, like auctioneering on ketamine. Like, everyone's like,
Is that guy counting fast as shit?
why is he counting so fast?
Oh my
Did
What
you
that
guys
mouth
know?
do?
Yeah.
It count
1, 2, 3, 4,
fast.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Don't
Yeah.
worry about Cole, dude. He's been fucking doing ketamine, fucking learning how to
It's been a long
auctioneer.
time since I've done ketamine.
It would be awesome to be able to fast forward through like a dentist checkup or like a colonoscopy.
Yeah.
You know, all those like shitty things you don't want to do.
That's just what I'm saying.
I feel like learning a skill can be fun.
Well, I don't mean like it's not necessarily what I mean. I just mean like something that may take an extended period of time of commitment that I don't have the ability.
So
to
here's
do,
the other thing.
you know, it's just really about
you're
discipline.
fast forwarding the task, so it's separate from actual time. So you're not. It's not like you. Oh, it took me 2 years to learn French, but I fast forward through that. Now I'm 2 years older and don't remember anything because that sucks. Just just don't learn French.
That you if you miss the whole point of Click, if that's,
what
the
I'm
case.
saying. I mean, it might be slightly
Right.
useless.
So
but
he's separate from normal time. Well, no, he like pauses. Fuck Click, dude. Fuck that movie for making me cry.
I think
Dude, I cried so hard. I was so embarrassed. It was me and my best
At the
friend
theater?
Clyde.
Oh, yeah.
We were in Daytona. It was a rainy day, and
we went to the Hooters, saw John Daly.
no, we went
saw
to
Click.
Bubba Gump Shrimp.
Of
if
course,
you really had to
that's
know.
true.
And then we
Bubba
went
Gump.
and watched Click. And when the sad part hit, it was just like,
you guys held hands.
well, we both didn't know if we were crying, but like started shaking a little, like
That's
holding
so
it
funny.
Yeah, crying in the movie theater with another man is a powerful
in.
experience.
When did that movie come out? Because like
2008.
2008. So
Gotta
I'm
be it.
15.
Yeah.
There,
Crying to an Adam
Is it
Sandler
8?
movie. I don't know, maybe 10, but I think it might be 2008.
if it was
2009.
2010, then I would have been 18.
I don't think it was 2010. That seems too late. But you guys both have phones. I don't.
That's true. Oh, you do, but it's
right there.
Dude, yeah. Useless invention. Let's see. What about like a skateboard that's wheels, charge your phone? It's too useful.
2006.
Oh,
Yeah,
6. I was thinking I was
2006.
younger than
Dude,
18.
yeah, I was like just
Ain't no-
starting to hit puberty, still waiting to finish it, but
Ain't no way I was crying at 18. Dude.
yeah, the way that I cried.
Thinking about what you would do if you had that remote. That's what you were thinking about.
Put it up his ass, probably like that Tourette's kid.
You guys are so mean to me.
I just saw. can't imagine this isn't just people trying to like reclaim some of the fame that they so desperately hunger for. Because I think, weren't there things coming out even back in the day that kid was full of shit?
Yeah,
like
it's not real.
Like the
it's not
brother
real.
kind of scripted it all.
It's
so I
not
saw
real.
another one where the dad finds the kid with whatever his deal is in their like barn, playing Xbox and like headset and everything. He's like, "What did I tell you?" And maybe this was back in the day. I just never saw this video. But he's like, "No, Dad, I bought this with my own money." He throws it in their above ground pool.
Yeah.
He's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And he jumps in and like dives it out of the pool like he's gonna save his Xbox.
That is one of the greatest. That's one of our great videos. Is the Kid Spaz video game video.
He runs over his Xbox and games with a lawnmower.
The lawnmower one,
the kid
yeah.
comes back up to his room and is like, and then just jams the
Dude makes
remote up his head.
he's pig squealing.
Big screw.
Just fucking.
It's the best. Dude, I watched so many movies yesterday. I finally had a classic Sunday, and I didn't watch anything that I'd never seen before. I had so many that I need to cross off a list, and I was like, nah, I'm watching like comfy movies. Started with fucking what do you call it?
Big Trouble in Little
Big
China.
Trouble. Saw that was on Prime. Was like, yeah, let's do it. Good. I think we've talked about this before, but Kim Cattrall with those green eyes in that period of time.
She would go on to be the sluttiest lady on TV.
That's right. Good for her. Amazing. So many ridiculous lines where Kurt Russell's just like the wildest dude ever. Oh, come on, sweetheart. And he's clearly... have you ever seen him in interviews talk about how a lot of times he was just trying to do John Wayne? That's like the most one. Where he's just... That one in Death Proof, he's just trying to be John Wayne. And,
That's pretty fun.
and it's awesome. And then hit fucking Roadhouse. Incredible. Just... every time it sort of sneaks up on me, but not really. I'm like, oh, they're having that last big fight scene, him and the tough guy with the earrings. Because only in the 80s could a tough guy have like a dangly earring, and he's like the biggest macho muscle guy. And they're at towards the end of the fight where it looks like, oh no, the bad guy's got one over on Swayze, and he's like holding him from behind. He's like, I used to fuck guys like you in prison. You're like, yo, dude, that didn't feel totally necessary. The whole movie is such a sweet movie about like Patrick Swayze's struggle with he was forced to kill a guy. He's like Eastern philosophy.
It's such a weird movie. Roadhouse is...
It's incredible.
I named... I mean, the middle name of my youngest son after Sam Elliott in Roadhouse. Just because it's what a bizarre... If everything about Roadhouse was normal, it would have won an Academy Award. But for some reason, like the bad guy drives a monster truck.
he's just like, all right. Yeah, Ben Gazzara or whatever is just this guy who owns the town.
Owns this whole town for some reason.
It's so funny, dude. But yeah.
And then what was the third one?
It was Tombstone.
Recent. Yeah, Tombstone. It wasn't recent, but Tombstone.
So
that's a great one.
I had Kurt Russell, Connective Tissue, and Ode to Val, obviously. R.I.P. You.
Have you seen the conspiracy theory that Val Kilmer died during the Top Gun Maverick?
No, but his cameo in that movie is nuts.
Well... I don't know because I didn't see Top Gun Maverick in theaters, but I watched a whole video from a guy and then read a bunch of comments, and everybody was like, "Yeah, I had the same experience where there was like an in memoriam
at
to
the end of the
Val
movie?
Kilmer at the end of Top Gun Maverick, and that he had died during the filming of Top Gun Maverick, and that was why."
And it was sort of a Mandela.
Yeah, and now they're saying, "Oh, he just died." But everybody's like, wait, I thought he was dead. So I don't know. I don't pay enough attention to Val Kilmer and whether or not he lives or dies.
But obviously, he's got some of the greatest lines in that movie. But
Yes,
the one that never gets the love is when the actress lady and Billy Zane, the gay actress dude, gay actor dude, get off the wagon. They don't start drinking again. They get out of the
they get literally out
wagon.
of the covered wagon.
Yeah, they step out and her umbrella comes up and she sees Wyatt, and Doc's just standing behind him and goes, "Oh, an enchanted moment." Doc fucking lost it. So it was a real classic Sunday.
R.I.P. Val Kilmer, one of the handsomest guys.
Yeah, he's a handsome guy.
Yeah, one of God's most handsome guys.
I mean, he's played Elvis. He's played Jim Morrison.
Nathan hit me the other night with... He was like, what do you think about this, Zach? Unpopular opinion. Val Kilmer, second best Batman. I was like, no.
It's crazy. It was cool. We'll get back to that and maybe have to talk about who the second best Batman is. But Mannerism played at the brewery the other night. Cole was there.
Yee.
And
Super fun.
And they played like 30 seconds of the beginning of Kiss by a Rose on the grave, and we're like, this one goes out to Val. And I was like, hell yeah. But then they didn't do the rest of the song. I was like, oh no, I kind of want to hear it.
They do so many fun medleys between songs. They threw in a no quarter medley, and I was like, you dirty dogs.
Those guys are fun as hell.
I should watch Batman Forever in remembrance of
It's
Val.
fun. I mean, he's a fun
I'd rather watch
Batman.
Tombstone.
Yeah, it's Tombstone rules.
Yeah, but I mean, it is the quintessential. It's like the most famous Val Kilmer ever was, dude. Was when he played.
He was at like the top of his game.
Yeah.
Fame-wise, at least.
One of the greatest westerns
Tombstone, Tombstone
ever made.
undoubtedly. Tombstone and Unforgiven.
Yeah, those are
the two.
especially like
ones that
of what would be called the sort of like modern cowboy renaissance that we had for a second in the late 80s, early 90s, all the way through 2000,
Tombstone,
whatever.
though, man, that movie fucking.
It does rip.
I've been really wanting to rewatch it. I just haven't.
It's on Prime. It's great.
Is it on?
Or it might be AMC Plus or Paramount Plus, because I've got a couple of add-ons.
But it's not as good as Unforgiven. Unforgiven, I think, is maybe the best.
Unforgiven just doesn't have quite the like the like chorus of a pop song catchy.
Yeah, no. I mean, the guy
quotables.
who directed Tombstone is like nobody, right?
No, it's Cosmatos, George P. Cosmatos. So he's done
Yes.
and his son did Mandy.
Yeah,
Nick Cage movie. But he, what is he famous? He did a couple of Stallone movies in the 80s. Maybe
Cobra.
Yeah, maybe Cobra. That sounds right. So he's kind of like a
no, but it is like
guy.
I'm correct. It's a guy who directed a bunch of shitty action movies.
Well.
Never had any real success, and then Tombstone was like it did really well, and it's probably his best movie. Whereas Unforgiven,
Clint.
is Clint, right? And it's a little more. I think it was
Clint.
It was like it's this anti-violence movie, and it has a bunch of meaning behind it. I don't know. Tombstone is a fun ride.
Yeah, it's a more fun movie, but
I'll be your
Unforgiven is
Huckleberry.
like
He is the best line in any
I'm
movie
your
ever.
Huckleberry. Yeah. All of his lines. They all seem like they're like out of a old comic book that never got love. It's just like, are we cross?
I knew. I still know this person. I'm not going to give any details, but they did real meth and stayed up for 72 hours straight and watched Tombstone on repeat
45 times.
and afterwards was able to quote the entire movie, even the Latin parts.
I could get pretty close, but I did just watch it last night.
That's pretty crazy. Were you doing meth?
I wasn't doing any meth. Not last night.
Speaking of meth and Val Kilmer, shout out, great Val Kilmer movie. This is the Val Kilmer portion of the podcast.
VK.
The Salton Sea.
Oh, yeah, I never seen it.
If you haven't seen it, check it out. Made a whole bunch of my friends watch it at Hilton Head Island, and we wrote a song about it.
Incredible.
In high school.
I thought about watching The Saint last night.
Now, if you're going to watch a Kilmer movie you haven't seen, there's no doubt that the Salton Sea, he is like a strung out undercover cop working the meth scene in the Salton Sea, which is like a place in California that's like a dried up seabed.
Yeah.
And what's the guy from, it might be Vincent D'Onofrio.
Oh.
But it also might be the guy from Super Troopers. Because they look kind of similar to me for some reason. The guy with the mustache from Super Troopers.
The
fat
captain?
guy. Who's, what the fuck is his name?
The captain?
No, the fat guy. The fucking...
Farva?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, I can't remember if it's Farva or if it's...
It's gotta be.
Or if it's Vincent.
There's no
Well, it's
way.
like 2009? But I don't know. And D'Onofrio or whoever Farva plays this like this meth kingpin that they call Winnie the Pooh because because he doesn't have a nose.
What?
What?
He just has no nose.
And he got it from doing so much cocaine that his nose fell off.
Damn.
Yeah, look it up. The Salton Sea. I want to know. It's a cool movie, man, and if I could remember the song, I'd sing it for you guys. But
The song that you guys wrote.
Something about Danny Parker is Val Kilmer's character, right?
Tom Van Allen. Pooh Bear's D'Onofrio.
Pooh Bear, yeah.
Peter
But-
Sarsgaard.
But it's D'Onofrio. Okay, yeah. Tom Van Allen may be his real name, but I think Tony Parker is what he goes by.
Oh, his undercover
His
name or
undercover
something.
name or whatever.
Danny Trejo's in it. That rules.
It's a cool movie, yeah. Yeah, it's a good movie about Val Kilmer and meth. And he's honestly, it's sort of right before Kiss Kiss or right after Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. So it's like this weird, Val Kilmer was getting fat.
Yeah. Fat Val.
But he's like sort of like built.
Buff fat.
Yeah, he's like
strong
buff
guy fat. That's cool.
So he's like, and he's got a douchey haircut, and he wears like a puka shell necklace, and he has like neck tattoos. It's awesome. It's a great movie.
Okay.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. If you haven't seen that one, dude, that's another great Val Kilmer movie.
I want to say that was right before. I think that's 08.
2005.
05.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Kiki Bang Bang. Yeah, that's a good movie. What's her name? Rules. Good.
Susan.
Sarandon.
No. Manahan.
Yeah. Michelle
Manahan.
Manahan. Monahan, maybe. Wait, so who's the second best Batman?
Oh, okay.
First of all,
well, the first best Batman is Christian Bale.
I was gonna say for me, we probably have different lists.
Oh, okay. Well, who's the first best Batman?
Adam West. No, I'm just joking.
That's
Michael Keaton.
Who's the first best Batman?
Christian Bale.
Yeah, it's Christian Bale. Michael Keaton is the second best Batman.
Probably.
And then the third best Batman is probably Robert Pattinson.
Interesting.
Really?
And then the fourth best Batman is probably Ben Affleck.
No.
And then the fifth best Batman is probably George Clooney. And then the last, Adam West is somewhere in there, but I don't know.
Val Kilmer's the worst
But Val Kilmer is
Batman?
probably, from an acting chop standpoint, the worst Batman.
I feel like I like how dry and who gives a fuck he is the whole time.
I'd have to go back and watch it, but even as a kid, I was like, wait a minute. What about the other guy? He was a better Batman. Michael Keaton.
Keaton rules, dude.
And I do think, as an adult, I think I enjoy Michael Keaton as Batman. He's kind of suave when he's Bruce Wayne, and he's kind of a dickhead when he's Batman, and he's sort of disturbed, you know?
Yeah.
I like Batman Returns is my favorite Batman movie.
Batman Returns is awesome.
So the first time I was out of like the superhero movies for a very long time. The first of the other than like the early '90s ones, but like with the
Spider-Man, and
with
stuff like
Christian
that.
Bale, the first one I saw was with Bane.
Oh shit! You didn't even have,
George
you hadn't
Clooney.
even no. He's saying the first one he had seen is The Dark
The
Knight
first
Rises.
Nolan you saw was with Bane? I mean,
Yeah. I watched it in reverse order.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that is weird. I saw
But
all of those movies in the theater.
it was such a weird night because this was when I was just puffing,
Smoking hella weed.
smoking so much weed.
How did you escape not seeing The Dark Knight?
Weed, brother.
Yeah, but even your weed buddies weren't like,
No, we were playing video games.
well, let's go see The Dark Knight.
No, it was like, let's
That's true.
play Call of Duty Zombies.
Did you see Inglourious Bastards?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, that's crazy to
yeah.
have gone to the movie theater at the same year that The Dark Knight came out and be like, fuck that bullshit.
I didn't care. I didn't care.
Inglourious Bastards rules.
It does
Yeah.
rule, but so does The Dark
It was a
Knight.
Tarantino movie.
good.
I'll be awake for that.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But-
I'll give it to you. It's no Fast Five.
So,
I'll give it to you.
it's no Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Tokyo Drift.
This was when I was smoking waterfalls. Are you familiar with the technique?
Yep.
However, it was kind of a last minute decision. So I filled it up with a water hose
Oh, shit.
that had been sitting in the sun all day.
Yucky.
Hot
So it
hose.
was the hottest waterfall I'd ever taken in my entire life. And
Crazy.
I don't remember the drive there. I walk up to order my ticket, and I can't form words.
This
and
is for
I
Inglourious.
just no, this is for Batman.
Batman. The Dark Knight Rises.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I just like same thing. I just say same.
Wow.
About halfway through the movie, I lean over to my buddy and I'm like, I don't know how they're doing this, but how is this in 3D when we have no glasses?
God,
He's like,
And he's like,
it's not.
it's not, dude.
it's not.
I-
And then like the next night I go to a party and I'm telling everybody about this. I went to this movie with everybody that was at the party
They
the next
were
night.
all there.
I went with like 10 people. I thought it was just me and my friend.
That's hilarious. I said Fast Five. That reminds me. I went and saw Fast Five in the theater.
Sure.
And it was a real pivotal moment with me and a particular sect of my friends where I realized it's like, oh no, I have friends who have bad movie taste. We got done with the Fast Five, and we got out to the lobby, and I started I was like, that's the gayest shit I've ever seen. Who made this movie? This is and then they were all like, oh, I thought that was pretty good. I like it. It was like the best one yet. I was like, what are you talking about? That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I had like a buddy get like visibly ill.
Well, it's like there's bad movies and then there's fun movies, but you can have a fun bad movie.
Sure,
Yeah, of course.
but
That's what
wouldn't
every
even
one of those
argue-
movies are.
No, I wouldn't argue. I
Like,
think
the first one is like still feels like a movie.
It's a good movie.
It's just
The first, I really like the second one. The second
The
one's my
second one
favorite.
feels
yeah,
like a real
Tokyo
movie.
Drift is fun.
No,
that guy's dude. The guy from
I
fucking
never even seen Tokyo Drift.
Oh, it's
the
fun.
guy
I
from
think it's
fucking
fun. That's the
Friday
third
Night
one.
Lights with his southern accent is like
But they're real movies. They're like
Yeah,
trying
sure.
to be real movies. I actually, when I watch a new Fast and the Furious movie like that, I typically feel sad because I'm like, dang, dude, there's people who are so dumb that they're like, this is great.
There's a new one.
There's a new, and then I'm like, dang, dude.
The problem is that as it's gone along, you're just skipping as much as possible so that you can get to the next stunt thing. But then the stunts aren't even like half the stunts will be CGI. So it's
Yeah,
like,
well,
what?
the new Jurassic Park, like speaking of newer
Yeah.
movies, like of like an old franchise, the new Jurassic Park movie sucked so much ass.
I didn't see the new
It was
one.
it was one of the worst movies. It would have been better as a silent film. The dialogue,
Oh, yeah.
it like the
Centurion or whatever that one was.
Yeah,
It
like
was
the
terrible.
dialogue to these newer movies are written for retards.
I was saying this on stage for a little bit, but we are with they just introduced a sequel to that movie, okay,
What?
and a Jurassic Park 4. Okay, so with those movies now,
At the same time
yeah.
Oh,
So a
so-
sequel to Jurassic Park
with Chris Pratt.
4, right? It's Jurassic Park 3, so with like Sam Neill.
Sam Neill and stuff.
and-
So that'd be a continuation of the old school.
Yeah, and then a sequel to
Jurassic
that movie.
World.
So, anyway, my point is that they're going to be more Jurassic Park movies than Fast and the Furious movies.
That's
like
crazy.
in the next 5 years.
Just write better dialogue. Make it
Make a
like,
better movie. Don't
it
fucking
just
make
like-
another Jurassic Park
it-
movie. How about that?
Everything doesn't have to be like a sarcastic joke. It's
Yeah,
like
that's what
it's
sucks.
it's like every movie now it seems is getting like the Ryan Reynolds treatment,
It's all
where
Ryan
it's just like is he writing everything?
Is he the
a
writer?
ghostwriter for all these movies?
For
Because it's
every
just
movie.
like it's just
Just snarky like me.
Yeah,
It all started with Ryan Reynolds and Tony Stark, dude.
Yeah.
And those were like the early
There's a time
versions
and
of both
place.
of those. It was like, yeah, if one guy's doing this, and it's Robert Downey Jr., who's an awesome actor,
Yeah.
and who like pulls it off.
Sure.
Great. But if it's just like some douche who's like, oh yeah, did you paint it yourself? And you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Shut up.
Yeah, man,
There's not an earnest person in a movie left.
yeah. It's just why I fucking just watch anime like a fucking dork. Like,
Yeah.
Like there's like
there's definitely something to. If I see a movie has like Robert Downey Jr. in it now, I definitely don't feel the same way that I felt about it 15 years ago.
No.
You know.
Oh, here we go again.
I'm just like, cool, great. It's just another, like, even he's still kind of Robert Downey Jr. in Oppenheimer.
Oh, really?
It's like, I don't know.
I didn't see Oppenheimer.
It's a little.
I still haven't seen it
It's
yet.
a little cooked, but just like this podcast is a little cooked.
Damn.
We're
What are
out
we
there,
at?
dude.
108.
That'll do.
What is this, episode 38?
38.
I'll be surprised if we make it to the next one. This one was pretty bad.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Guys, I don't know how it's happened, but I've managed to scoot so far away from.
Just crazy.
I'm gonna have to crop. I always have to crop it in a little bit. So there's gonna be portions of the podcast where you're just gonna be like half a face.
Dude, I don't. It's whatever, man.
There's no clip. What am I gonna clip out of this podcast? Us being boring.
Probably. I had fun.
I had fun.
I did too. I'm just joking. I'm just joshing.
I do have to.
part of
I have
it, dude.
to
I'm
pee
part of
so
it.
bad,
I do have to pee.
but I might have to shit too.
If you guys could just do us a huge favor and handwrite a letter to YouTube and let them know that you will come down there and physically assault someone at their facility if they do not lift the restrictions on our videos. I posted the same goddamn short like 15 times. It didn't even
Fuck
get
you,
one
YouTube.
view.
Just kidding.
But
Guys.
anyway, hopefully this one will do good, and maybe I'll come up with a better name.
The Lazarus Machine.
The Lazarus Machine. That's pretty good. The Lazarus Machine is probably it. God bless.
God bless.
Good night, dude.
Godspeed.
Oh my God! A second plane has hit another tower.